All right, Pirate fans, welcome in to the Rockport-Fulton Sports Podcast Coaches Show with Coach Soza. I'm your host, Rick Walker. This show is brought to you by Aztec Chevrolet. We thank you for their sponsorship. If you are in the market for a new car or truck, stop by and see them. Make the short drive to Beeville. Aztec Chevrolet, we appreciate your sponsorship. Thank you for what you guys do. So, Coach Soza, how are you?
I'm doing great. Doing
Glad
great. Thank you for having me again.
Glad to have you. Loving it. It's getting to the middle of the season. We're going to hop in and talk about that in a second. But we've got a special guest, Mr. Kam Alston. How are you, Kam?
Doing pretty good. Nothing to complain about.
That's good to hear. Glad to have you on board. We're going to jump into an interview with you here in a little bit. But before we do, as always, we'll hop into an update on the Rockport Fulton athletic program.
Hmm.
And then we'll also talk about the Calallen game as briefly as possible. Talk to Kam, and then we'll preview the Hallettsville Brahmas
Hmm.
uh, coming up for homecoming this week. But if you will, take it away. Talk to us about the athletic program, please.
Yeah. So I'll start with the cross country team. Cross country, they have a bye this week because they're getting ready for their district cross country meet next Thursday.
A day off?
They get I don't know because they're still working out at 6:15 in the morning, but they get the weekend off. They don't get a
Okay.
they going to conserve their legs a little bit. But Coach Thompson and Coach Blue have them ready to go next Thursday in Ingleside. The high school will be going in the morning, and then the middle school will end up going after school. I think the middle school starts at 5 or 5:30. But both of the races will be in Ingleside, and we have a lot to look forward to. Our boys have been doing really good, and so have our girls. So we're excited for that. And I can't wait to watch those kids compete in Ingleside. Our volleyball team on Friday they played Ingleside. They started the district off with a win. Last night they went over to Beeville, and it was a 5-set thriller. But unfortunately, we came out on the bottom there. So we're 1-1 in district. On Friday, we play Sinton. Sinton is 0-2 right now. They had two losses to Port Lavaca and to Beeville, but Coach Clark and the company, they were oh man, it was a really tight game with Beeville. Beeville, I think, is ranked like number 5 in the state, and they have a lot of talent over there, and that they put it to them. They really did. They were up. I think we were up 8-5 in that last set, and then we just kind of throttled down, and Beeville took advantage of some mistakes that we made, and unfortunately, but the same sense, the good thing about volleyball and basketball and baseball is that we have round robin, so they've got to come over to our place next go around, and we got another shot at them. So that's volleyball. And team tennis. They're actually playing tonight here at home against Port Aransas, a little dual meet, and kind of a primer up for our bi-district meet or bi-district match, which will be against Corpus Christi London at the HEB Tennis Center in Corpus on Monday. And so Monday morning, there will be going on right there. So we're starting into the postseason. So
Wow.
Coach Scriven and the team tennis, they're our first playoff appearance team of the 25-26 school year. And hopefully we have another good showing with our tennis program. And then obviously for football, we got this week our middle school, they have a bye, they have open, so they're working on grades, working on fundamentals, and then with our sub varsity teams, our freshman team is actually playing Flower Bluff JV B team here at home, 6:30 on I guess tomorrow Thursday, and then our JV team is heading on up to Hallettsville to go face the Brahmas at 5:30, and then obviously on Friday we got homecoming.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yep.
fun, which we'll dive into.
Yep.
Um, Talk a little bit about last week with the freshmen against Cal Allen and JV games, if you
Hmm.
will.
Yeah. So last week, so we've had 4 teams going up to last week. We obviously have our varsity and our JV, but then with our freshman team, we're able to separate them and make them into a green and a white team. Unfortunately, we were hammered with a couple of injuries, late injuries, really on Wednesday. We had a couple of guys that had injuries, and we were unable to field a full white team. And so what we did was we combined the teams. I talked to Coach Reeve at Calallen. They have close to 55, 60 kids on the freshman team. So I didn't want to just eliminate that B team. So me and him kind of we spoke. What he's done in the past was a fifth quarter, and so what that was normally you obviously play 4 quarters, right? And so the first 4 quarters will be your A team, your in our case our green team just play. Let the A teamers play. And normal freshman games are 9-minute quarters. Well, with this, after the fourth quarter, we went to that fifth quarter, and what we did was we put 12 minutes on the clock, which was a varsity normal quarter, run it like normal rules. So those kids that the white team or Calallen's B team in a sense, they would be able to have some playing time, because at the end of the day, we want our kids to be able to play. They work all this time, and it's tough, especially for Calallen that has 55 kids on their sideline, to be able to get adequate playing time. So we thought that this would be the best thing. At the end of 4 quarters, when eight teams were going against each other, we beat them 14-13. Then the 12 minutes came on the clock, and that's whenever our B team was able to play. And unfortunately, those teams they beat us 2-0. But again, at the end of the day, we're trying to get those kids as much playing time, as much experience as possible, because if we would have only played 4 quarters, then obviously not everybody would have had a lot of playing time. I mean, everybody would have played, but not everybody would have had competitive snaps in a sense. So there was that. Our JV, they played hard. Unfortunately, we made, I think it was 6 turnovers, put the ball on the ground and gave up some interceptions. And you can't win whenever you do that. So we lost 0-28. But our boys came back this week, have given us really good looks, and so the excitement is ready for this homecoming week.
For sure. And listen, I got to see both of the freshmen and the JV game. And first off, the freshman game, that first 4 quarters, that was a heck of a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Two talented teams battling it out. And I'll say it, even though Rockport beat Calallen, let's be clear. The JV game, that was a little bit tougher. That was probably as big a JV team as I think I've seen in a
Yes, sir.
very long time from a size standpoint.
And I remember that JV team as freshmen last year, and they were not as big, but they were. I remember thinking that they were pretty big, and that's something in Calallen. That's kind of a perennial powerhouse, especially in Coastal Bend. Coach Danaher did a really good job. Coach Campbell did a really good job of keeping that thing going, and then obviously with Coach Reeves, he's doing a great job of keeping that success going on. And we hope to get there one day, right? I want to have 60 guys on the freshman level. I think that starts at the middle school level. So Coach Hasso's job down here is to get us numbers so that we can have these 2 teams, because it's not just good enough just to have them right now. We need to be able to have 25 on each team, and then be able to grow our program, because a growing program is a successful program for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is you get that type of participation. At some point in time, the lights come on for kids at different times. They develop differently. So give them a chance like you're doing, I think benefits. And I think the numbers show it. The success of the program shows it. So kudos to what you're doing there. It's exciting to watch. And it's, a lot of momentum and a lot of things why we're feeling good about the future here at Rockport-Fulton.
Yes,
so let's take a dive into the Calallen varsity game, and then I'll get to the most interesting man in Rockport-Fulton, and we'll preview Hallettsville. Talk to us about Friday night.
Obviously, not the outcome that we wanted. I felt like the boys played really hard, well enough to win, but unfortunately, we have to play for 48 minutes and not just 42 minutes. And I feel like we got tired. I think we cramped too much.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that was an issue for us.
Which was concerning in the sense that we're 5 games into the season, and then we're still having these issues. So we've addressed some of those things internally, expressed our concern with the boys, and have been doing things to hopefully secure that and make sure that doesn't happen again. But at the end of the day, credit Calallen. That's 2 weeks in a row that they came back whenever they've been faced with adversity, and they've pulled it out. And unfortunately, we were on the the wrong side of it. But with all of that, I still think we're moving in the right direction. A week prior against Kincaid, we're here and we're talking. We didn't have the podcast last week, but we were probably about three plays away from being really competitive in that. The 3 turnovers turned into 21 points. We lose by 18 this time. And then this week, or last week with Calallen, I think we played the best overall game that we did. Obviously, we gave up a long kickoff return to start the second half. We obviously gave up the onside kick, but both of those were very well executed by Calallen. And people keep saying, well, your kickoff team gave up, or your kickoff team gave up that long return. Well, we also had a long return of our own with Jaden. When that ball just dies at the 1 yard line, then he makes something else happen. So it kind of flips back and forth. But obviously, the big one is them recovering that onside kick. But at the end of the day, that's not the reason why we lost. There was a lot of reasons. You can pick any portion of the ball. I feel like our offense played really well. We protected the ball well, but at the end of the day, we got to get first downs. In the fourth quarter, we did not do that. Defense, you can say, well, we let them score on that 75-yard hitch screen at the very end of the game. Well, they also scored 7 points or 6 points with Wyatt pick return, and then the amount of damage that they did all game long was unbelievable. I've felt that our defense played really well. I felt like we played solid. We just didn't finish the game. And so our motto this week has been to finish. And I know looking at those guys' eyes after the game, it hurt them as much as it hurt anybody else, and if not more, because they've put in a lot of hard work. We as coaches want it for them so much because of the work that they put in. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what life is. Even though you feel like you deserve it, if we didn't earn it, we didn't earn it. And we just got to lick our wounds. We watch film, and we got to get better.
Respect for that. I tell you, it's funny. You're the way you describe it is exactly the way I felt like I watched the game. There were a lot of folks in the stands that were like, "Well, we played hard. I'm really proud of it." I'm like, "Hey, there are no moral victories. You play hard. You expect to play hard."
Yeah.
What I did like though is I agree. I think you played your best football this season. I think your team did really well. We did get tired at the end, which cost us. But overall, the ship is heading the right direction. We're playing better week over week, which is what you want heading into district play. And obviously, you want to continue that against Hallettsville. But it's good to see. It was a fun game to watch, minus the last 7:42, I think, of the ball game. But other than that, I mean, you hit them in the mouth. You jumped out to another great start, another first play touchdown.
Another
By
first
the
play
way,
touchdown. Yep.
back to back weeks. So
Good execution. That was a great execution by the O-line, by Reed, by Zane selling what we needed to sell, and we told the boys that we were gonna do anything and everything to win that game, and that we executed well. We just got to finish. We got to play 48 minutes and possibly even plus some if it comes down to it.
you also didn't get some calls that I thought you should have got, and then there were some silly calls. I'm not going to blame the officials, but that was definitely there were some strange calls in that game, which I think negatively impacted Rockport-Fulton.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, the refs have one of the hardest jobs in the world because no matter what the call you make, you're going to make 50% of the stands upset. And if we're going to blame refs, then we don't deserve to win anyways, right? So
True.
We create our own luck, and we've got to make sure that, again, we put ourselves in a position to win.
For sure. I do like it better, though, when the other 50% is unhappy. But
Yeah, so do I.
Well, but before we jump into the most interesting man in Rockport-Fulton, I want to also apologize to the viewers, those on the Pirates Cove. We were unable to stream the broadcast due to a last-minute decision by Calallen to deny our request to stream the ball game. So the great news is you'll be able to catch the Pirates at Pirate Stadium the next 2 weeks. At home. So if you can make it out to the game, you should. But if you can't, obviously catch the game on the Pirates Cove. We will be streaming to you live. There shouldn't be any issues with that. I think Coach Soza likes having us broadcast. So, but I apologize for that. We'll do everything we can to make it up for you, and we appreciate the support that we saw on the Calallen stream. So it was a lot of nice comments, and I appreciate the support. So thank you. That being said, jump in with the man here, Kam Alston. How you doing, Kam?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
So again, we appreciate you joining us. Senior year, big year for you guys. Talk about the season so far. How you're feeling? What do you like? And did you change positions this year versus last defensively or no?
No, sir.
Because I feel like you're doing more coverage wise than before. But talk a little bit about what position you play and how the season's going for you.
So I play linebacker inside and outside. The season's going pretty well. I'm proud of everyone who's been playing. Obviously I missed a few games there in the beginning of the year, but so it's been fun playing, and I'm proud of how everyone's doing. How George is playing as a sophomore. He's playing really good, and he'll be good for the program.
Yeah, for sure. Your leadership obviously is rubbing off. He's a talented young player. Hopefully, he can measure up to where you've done here so far. But it's great to have you back. Obviously, you made a big impact this week against Calallen. Talk a little bit about that ball game, if you will.
It was a hard fought ball game. I mean, they're a physical, good, big team. But all that being said, I feel like for them being a very very run heavy team, we played some great ball against them. We're able to hold them to 160 yards or so and it might seem like a lot, but for a team that runs the ball over and over and over again, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. You made several big plays. Great game, and again, I see us getting better, especially defensively heading into Hallettsville. So let's shift gears a little bit. What do you do to get ready for a ball game? What's kind of your pregame routine? Music? What do you meal? What do you do?
So funny thing is, I don't listen to any music before the game. If we're here sitting at a home game, I have a very specific bench I sit in that no one else is allowed to touch, and I'll sit over there and eat my food and just talk to everyone. I like to go ask everyone how their day's been, just check in on all the players and make sure everything's going good with them and they're ready to play.
Superstitious much?
A little bit, yes sir.
Hey, nothing wrong with it as long as it works, right?
Yes sir.
No judgment. It's playing well. You're doing well.
As long as that bench doesn't go
If
missing, then we're good.
someone touches that bench, it's gonna be a bad day.
You put your name on it.
Exactly.
There you go. So we're talking about the most interesting man in Rockport-Fulton, joking, but you are an interesting guy. You do well at school. You're a talented athlete. Um, Aspirations. You've got your pilot's license. Is that correct?
Yes sir, I do.
How long have you been flying?
I took my first flight when I was 9. That was an interesting time. I don't know who let a 9-year-old touch controls of a plane, but it's not my place to judge. And then really started getting my license back in May, and was able to complete it August 22nd, I believe.
Now, do you have aspirations of becoming some type of a paid pilot or?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's in the back of my mind.
Okay, very good. And then I hear you're also looking at your captain's license for boating.
Yes, sir. I am in the process of logging sea hours and getting my captain's license. Yes,
So you're mastering all these trades. Is I guess college is after high school. Where you trying to go?
thinking about Florida State. Right
Okay.
there by the water. Yes, sir.
Wow, Seminole.
Yes, sir.
I expected you to say Texas A&M.
Not
No,
A&M. Not A&M.
good for you. Respect on that. So very good. So what are your goals here for 2025 individually? I know your team goals. You want to win a district championship, go far in the playoffs. What are your individual goals?
As far as
I-
football.
Yeah, football. We'll start there, then we'll go to the next.
Yes, sir. I just want to be better than I was last year. That's the I guess the overall goal is just to do better, have a great season with what I can do left. Yes, sir.
I like it. Respect. So what are your goals long term away from football?
Away from football, obviously keep my class rank as high as possible. Sitting at 4 right now. We'll see what happens there. Senioritis might be catch up to me, but
I love the honesty.
no, graduate obviously, go to college, and hopefully just enjoy my senior year to its fullest potential.
For sure. Well, listen, the Pirates are glad to have you. Glad to have you part of the community and what you do. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Keep being the leader that you are.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate your time.
And Kam is one of our 6 team captains that were voted on his team. So I know the team he received. It wasn't really close. He's well liked, and I think it's not just because of who he is academically or athletically. He is a great person, and the way that when he talks, the team hears, and I'm just so proud of him. I know only been able to coach him for 2 years now, and I wish I could have 2 more with him. But He is an unbelievable young man, and he's going to make a lot of success in the future.
For sure. By the way, you're sitting in the big play seat intentionally, so
So let's hope.
Yep.
lot of expectations for Friday night.
Try not let down.
Love it. I love it. Again, thank you.
Hopefully, we can get another defensive touchdown. We can have a better celebration than
Nice.
Wyatt's.
I still need to get my first touchdown.
Yeah, I know. We need to.
Got to happen. Got to happen.
Gotta have.
So thank you. So coach, let's talk about homecoming. We're on to Hallettsville Brahmas. What time is kickoff Friday?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Gates will open at, I think it's 5:30, so 30 minutes earlier, because there will be the homecoming festivities before the game. That'll start at 6:25, and then we got a little special presentation right before kickoff, and then we're ready to go.
Awesome. So just so you guys know, we'll also be showing the pregame festivities for homecoming and then the halftime show. We'll try to bring you all that great content as well. So talk to us about the game Friday night, Hallettsville. What are we in for with those guys?
So Kam kind of mentioned it a little bit that Calallen was a run first offense. Hallettsville is the same way. They're gonna they do a really good job of running counter, running jet, running ISO. Their quarterback last year is actually not playing quarterback now. He's kind of their utility guy, but that guy is on the 4x1 team that won state last year at the in track. So they have a lot of speed. Let's say that. But they want to run the ball. Their O line is big boys, country boys that they stay on their tracks. Once they get their hands on you, then it's going to be hard to get away. So our D line and our linebacking core is going to have their hands full. Yes, Hallettsville is a smaller school than us. They're 3A, but at the same time, they fought really hard last year. Coach Montgomery over there, he's got them working really hard. They had a few injuries. I think they're going to get a couple of them back. But last week they suited up. I think it was 27 guys on the sideline. They have 31 on their roster, and I think they're gonna be ready to go for us. So defensively, we got to be able to play. We cannot have the letdown after playing so well against Calallen. We can't drop it down. I think we kind of did that last year. And watching last year's film, we had two good plays, first and second down. Then they throw a little screen, and boom, we can't catch them for a touchdown. And so we've got to make sure that we bottle them up, we keep them in front of us, and then we make tackles and gang tackle. Defensively, they've kind of changed their identity from last year. They have a lot of young guys playing right now. I think it's a rebuilding year for their defense, but they're pretty good. They've got young guys that they don't look like freshmen. They're big boys. I mean, they're 6'1", 220 pounds.
Wow.
That are again, they're country boys. They're tough, and so a lot of respect for that defense. They some big plays were made. Beeville made some big plays last week against them, but then they ended up shutting them out the second half and ended up coming back from a 26-6 deficit and ended up winning 27-26. And so they've got a lot of fight, a lot of heart, and a lot of pride in Hallettsville. And so we're gonna have our hands full. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. We respect our opponents, but we gotta focus on us. We gotta focus on doing our assignment, playing our ball, and executing as best as we can, and then ultimately finish every play, every rep, every quarter, every game.
Awesome. Well, we invite you to come out to the ball game. It will be homecoming, as mentioned. Be a lot of fun. If you can't make the ball game, again, the Pirates Cove will be streaming the broadcast, so you can tune in there. Again, the best way to watch the game is sitting in the stands, having the Pirates Cove stream up on your device, so you get to see the replays. I highly recommend it. The next best actually is at Papo's place at that ginormous screen television that Augie's got out there. So if you can't make it there, the best place to watch us is actually out there, and we invite you to do that. I want to also thank our sponsor again, Aztec Chevrolet, for allowing us to bring you this great content. We appreciate their support. Again, if you're looking for a new car or truck, please make the short drive over to Beeville. Let them have the opportunity to win your business. Stop by and tell them that the Pirates Cove Sports Network sent you by.
And I think we said this one podcast ago. We didn't talk about it last week. But Aztec Chevrolet, they actually sponsored a staff appreciation tailgate for all staff, all employees of RFISD for the Kincaid game. So again, they had sliders, they had drinks, chips, and everything for all of our RFISD staff. So again, thank you to Aztec Chevrolet for the support that you give to public education and for RFISD.
Yeah, much appreciated. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on district because obviously after Hallettsville, district play comes up. What's that looking like right now? It looks like a lot of the teams in our district are having undefeated starts,
Well, yeah.
which is
So again, one of our district, yes, it's only 5 teams in our district, but it's a very competitive district. Cuero is our first district game, and again, we try not to talk about anything other than the next game.
for sure.
But Cuero is obviously off to what is it, a 5-0 start right now. Ingleside is struggling a little bit. They're trying to find their groove right there, but I know Coach Chrisman is going to do that. Robstown's making history right now. They're 5-0. They're doing a great job. And then obviously Sinton, Coach Troutman, he's got those boys moving and to a 5-0 start as well. So our district is gonna it's I don't want to think about it yet, but it's gonna be you've got to bring your A game every single game. And yes, our record right now is 2-3, but I feel like you've alluded to earlier, we're getting better every single week, and everything that that happens after Friday doesn't really matter. Everybody's record goes back to 0-0, and it just sees how good have you gotten up to this point, and can you continue to climb. And so I know our district is doing really good things, and that's a testament of what South Texas can do. I know. I mean, it's going to be an interesting rest of the year, that's for sure.
For sure. Looking forward to it. A lot of fun, and I agree. I see us getting better week over week. I think it's going to be a fun district, and things will play up in a very positive way for Rockport-Fulton. So,
Yes, sir.
looking forward to that. Well, that's going to wrap up our show. Coach Soza, thank you as always. Cam, thank you for as always. Good luck Friday night to both of you, and we invite you again to join the stream. We'll be there early for the homecoming, so you can hop on and check that out. And then Ethan and I will be calling the game once again. With that being said, that wraps up our show, and go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.